Okay. I thought that it might be interesting to go back to basics and to think about the organization of the opening so that we can begin to understand exactly the system that we are playing with. Almost all string figures are made with 3 loops. You start the typical way, since most people are right-handed, is to come up and pull across, and to come up in the center and pull across, and because that was the first opening that people saw, they called it opening A, capital A. For simple figures, you only need 2 loops, and so quite often people would drop and get 2 loops by dropping the thumb. And the prototypical figure is to reach over everything and pick up the far string, Navajo these loops, grab that straight across string, turn your hands inside out, and you have 2 loops, 2 diamonds. Now, the only thing that you can do in changing this figure of 2 diamonds is to cause this crossing to be opposite, which is to say you will see that the string coming from this side down is nearer the camera than the string coming from this side and down, which is nearer me. And this was done with opening A. The other thing that I would like to talk about is the fact that this is a double wrap on the side, so that that actually forms an ability to have the figure extended, and it kind of holds the figure in place. That means that if I try to go left hand first and then drop and then do exactly the same figure, I should get 2 diamonds again, but in this time this string is on my side and that string is on the camera side, which is the opposite, and those are the 2 variations of the 2 diamonds. You can also do an LDNA, which is like doing opening B and dropping, or an RDNA, which is like opening A and dropping. And those are the ways that you can get those figures. Now, when I want to make 4 diamonds, the most prevalent way of making 4 diamonds in the world is a figure called Jacob's Ladder, which I will do now. Under, pull, over, dip, over, 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 over. There's another web video that you can see if you don't remember that. And the reason I wanted you to look at it is because it has 1 crossing without any wrap, 1 wrap of 1 just holding itself, and the double wrap here. And those are the 3 kinds of wraps that you tend to have. Notice that over the top and the bottom transverse you have the simple wrap. And if I did that with the other opening, I would get these 2 and switch places. Now, if I were to go, and I'm going to do opening A because that's what most people do, and do the Inuit net, again, if you want to learn it for the first time, you can go back to the original video. You will see that on the side, and this is what I want to point out, on the side over here, there is a wrap, which is caused by that extra loop, and again, that double wrap. And in all of the figures that you're going to be making, you will tend to have a double wrap on the side as a way of keeping the figure so that it can be extended. You'll notice that figure is a little off balance. That's because I'm off balance. I hurt myself many times growing up, and my little finger doesn't work too well. There, you see it. I have a permanent non-union to the left carpal navicular. One of the reasons I learned how to do Murphy's power lift is so that I could lift up these figures, I cannot do the Pendicki move. Now, whenever you start doing 3 loops, there are 4 ways of doing it. LDNA, which wraps so that if I turn my hands this way, nothing touches. Opening B, which makes the top of the 2 pairs touch. Opening A, which makes the bottom of the 2 pairs touch. And right DNA, which makes both pairs touch. And those are the 4 different ways of doing 3-loop openings with 2 transverse strings, one on the thumb, one on the little finger, outside of the figure. One of the things that I start off students doing, especially little children, is to have them put their hands through this center loop. And I have difficulty in trying to show you how to do this with just me, but when I do that and drop, I catch myself, and then if I do exactly the same thing again, opening A, I think is one this time, and come back up through that center, it doesn't hold. But you have to do the exact opposite. Opening A, push through from that side, then do another opening A and push through the center from the bottom, releases. But if I do an opening A the first time and an opening B the second time, it will hold the hand or the arm stuck through the center. And you might ask what happens if I do the LDNA opening and have someone stick their hand through the center. Of course it will catch them. But in order to release them, the next time whenever I have them come back up through the center, I would have to do an opening, an RDNA, because the LDNA and the RDNA are basically inverses of each other, and the opening A and opening B are inverses of each other. And while it may be simple to think about the system in this way, if you can keep these ideas in mind, it will help you whenever you are doing more complex figures. I might also add that when you're doing iterative figures, which I tend to like, there's only one opportunity, and that is in the beginning of the figure, for you to have a consequence based on this idea of the openings, because ever after that you will have another situation caused by the complexities that you have put in the center of the picture. And that's enough theory for this morning.